Hello, this is homework 2. So for question 1, we had to write a rule that placed the background image halfway down the page, and the image should remain in place when the user scrolls up or down. And so this is the code, and this is the output. So we have a text here, scroll down to see the background image, and the background image is the student with very logo, so when you scroll down, the image stays still, no matter you scrolling up or down. For question 2, we had to make a rule that gives all heading 1 and heading 2 elements a padding of 0.5 EMS, a dashed border style, and a margin of 0.5 EMS. So this is the code, and this is the output of it. Heading 1, heading 2. For question 3, we had to make a layout that contains a header and 2 paragraphs and use a float to line up the 2 paragraphs as columns side by side. And then we had to give the header and the paragraphs a border and a background color of whatever we want. So this is the code here for it. And this is the output. Header here, paragraph 1 says, "Hello, my name is Ryan Verghese. I go to SUNY Old Westbury." And paragraph 2, at SUNY Westbury, I majored in computer science. For question 4, we have to embed a style sheet, and it should contain a rule that displays the elements in blue. And in addition, we had to create another rule that displays all the links in blue without underlining them. So that means when the mouse hovers over the link's background will change the color to yellow. So I have my 5 favorite sites here. And so the output will be like this. So Amazon, Twitch, Hulu, HBO Max, and when you click on these, it will send you to those links. For question 5, we had to create a text stroke on the phrase "new WebKit features" and make the color of the text light blue and use the 3-pixel navy text stroke and to set the font size to 700%. So this is the code, and this is the final output. New WebKit features. For question 6, we had to create 3 elements, each with the width and height of 100 pixels. And on the first element, we had to create rounded corner using a border of 3 pixels black and a border radius of 10 pixels. On the second element, we had to use the same border of 3 pixels black and increase the border radius to 50 pixels. Same thing for the third element, but increase the border radius to 100 pixels. And then we're going to make the background color of whatever color we want to, and inside each element we have to display the value of the border radius in bold text. So this is the code, and this is the final output. For question 7, we had to create an element with a width and height of 500 pixels, and then create a diagonal linear gradient using the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and indigo, and violet. And so this is my code here. And the final product is this. I also added a title in it, linear gradient, and I think this looks pretty cool. For question 8, we had to create an infinite animation of an element moving in a square pattern. So this is the code, and this is the output. You can see that this image, the square, is moving in a square pattern, which is pretty cool. For question 9, we have to modify the example in figure 5.16 to use a vertical flexboard. So in this code, I just replace here from horizontal to vertical. And so you will see this. For question 10, we have to create a transformation program that includes 4 images of our choice, and when the user hovers it with their mouse, the size of the image should increase by 20%. So this is the code, and this is it. I also put an extra, put the images in the middle with a little gap between each of them, so when they do increase, it won't cover the other images, so it looks cleaner. For question 11, we have to write a script that gets from the user the radius of a circle and outputs the text that displays the circle's diameter, circumference, and area. So this is the code. And so here's the question, enter the radius circle. We will just say 2 equals a circle radius 2, diameter is 4, the circumference, and the area. For question 12, we have to write a script that reads in 2 integers and then displays whether the first integer is a multiple of the second. And for this one, I use the remainder operator. So if num1 remainder of num2 is equal to 0, then it is a multiple of it. If it's not, it will output it's not a multiple. And so when you reload the page, here it is. So for example, let's just say 4 and 2. 4 is a multiple of 2. And then we just say 3 as first, 7 as second. 3 is not a multiple of 7. And for question 13, we have to write a script that calculates the squares and cubes of the numbers from 0 to 5 and outputs the test that displays the resultant values in a table format. So this is the code. And this is the output. And that's my homework 2.